So I went to college for marketing, business degree. I was kind of thinking like, what has the most job security?
Yeah.
In all honesty, social media is never going away.
Right.
I'm like, shoot, this is gonna be awesome. This is gonna put me ahead. I'm gonna get the greatest job right out the gate. And come to find out, that's not how it works.
And you end up parking cars.
Yeah.
Now, what type of jobs did you do like throughout high school, college, anything?
And I did a lot. I started. My family's always been in construction, so
Okay.
I've always been on construction sites. My dad's a contractor.
Yeah.
Cousins are in plumbing. So throughout high school, I did plumbing as well.
Really?
So kind of learned the trade.
Did you like it?
I liked it, but
Yeah.
it was a huge eye opener.
Yeah.
Because it was a lot of hard work. And I was working with a lot of guys who have been there 30, 40 years. And I saw how hard it was on their bodies.
Right.
I saw their knees breaking down, all that good stuff. And I realized that was a big push for me to go to college. I'm like, shoot, like I want to be able to walk.
Right.
So it's like I thought like I got to get ahead. I got to further my education. That's what it's going to do.
And I would assume that a lot of them were miserable.
Yes.
I worked construction for years, and it's like you could see your future. Like there's not many options there. You're probably going to end up like one of these guys, 50 years old, miserable as shit.
Yep.
Drink all weekend just to come back to work Monday to bitch about everything.
Exactly.
But you have no other options.
Yeah, there are none.
And it's hard work.
Yep.
Like, yeah, that's why it's funny when you think about what we do. It's hard work, but it's different hard work. It's not like being cramped up in somebody's basement, soldering pipes and shit, and then just to, test the water. Oh, man, a little bit's coming through. Let's redo it. Like,
it was just constant frustration.
Yeah.
Constant frustration. And then at the end of the day, it's like, all right, cool. Like, you know what you're getting paid.
Right.
Like, working that overtime, working late, like, it wasn't that fun.
I mean, it makes you really, I think, appreciate having an opportunity like this, which it's funny, what you're doing now didn't even exist 15 years ago. Like, that was life insurance, but the way you can just pick up your phone, call a client, protect that client, make a sale, get paid the next day, it's mind-boggling.
Yeah.
So I mentioned this earlier. What do you need to do to be on this podcast? Kick ass. Well, so far this year, this is as of August week 3, you've sold $225,000 personally.
Mm-hmm.
What's crazy is if you look back, you're 24?
Just turned 25. Yep.
25. I was your age when I got my license. That was 2009. That number, 225, would have put you top 3 in any company at that point. That's how much this business has changed.
And that's what you want to see. You want to see that my numbers are semi-normal,
Right.
like aren't abnormal in a sense. That's how you know it's a growing industry.
Correct.
That's how you know it's just the tip of the iceberg. Like, we're just getting started.
Yep.
The whole virtual, ability to do it from home in an office on Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the growth is. That's where 250,000, 8 months into the year becomes normal.
Right. And that's the thing about any business or any job where you're self-employed, it really comes down to the amount of hours you have in a day, in a week that you're willing to work. You can't add more hours in a day. So before we had this virtual telephone, telesales aspect to our business, we were capped at, there's only so many hours you can work.
Right.
And with leads, I mean, you did some in-home stuff when you started.
Oh, yeah.
You can be all over the place. And if there aren't leads, you're screwed.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I was lucky enough to be in Florida, go up to West Palm, down to Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
There's a lot of leads near me, so
Yeah.
I didn't have to like book a flight or anything, but man, it still sucked.
Absolutely.
Honestly.
Yep. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I'm at one appointment, I'm running late because, I help the family. My next appointment is in 10 minutes and it's an hour and a half away.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, shit, what am I going to do? I'm just going to go and figure it out. But nowadays you literally sold $225,000 in premium without leaving your house or office.
Yeah.
Without going out to meet a physical client.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's doesn't take any normal skill. I was working hard when I was plumbing. I was working hard in college. I was working hard parking cars, and I'm working hard now.
Yeah.
But it's just the right vessel. It's the right opportunity. It's the ability to, what you put in, you genuinely get out.
Yep. Now you went to college, graduated?
Yep.
Yep. With a degree in
Marketing.
So go back to that a little bit. You chose marketing, but thinking like you would do something in social media.
Right. Yeah. I was just thinking at that time, honestly, I knew it was easy classes.
Yeah.
I didn't always love school. I was never happy to do the homework and stuff, but I wanted something that I could use to either further my own business. I've always kind of had an entrepreneurial mind. But
where do you think that comes from? Was it your
I think
dad?
it's my parents. Yeah. My dad's always been in construction, always, been in his own business, his own boss. And I kind of saw what that took. I saw it took the hard work, but I also saw the freedom he had to do stuff with us on weekends. And, but sometimes having to go finish that job, and the frustrations he had as well. But I always saw it was worth it because I had a very comfortable childhood, in all honesty. And I know that's something I'm very grateful for.
Yeah.
And it stems from him doing that, him taking those sacrifices.
I appreciate you being honest. Well, a lot of people, they think like they have to have like a bad
grew up in
childhood.
the gutter.
Well, I did, dude. If you did or you didn't, I didn't have the best childhood. It was okay-ish at times.
Yeah.
But that it doesn't mean you get people on like, yo, it was so bad. Like, well, what happened? Well, I don't really talk about it, so nothing happened then.
Nothing happened,
and that's okay. So while you were in school, did you have an idea of like? Obviously social media marketing, but a certain job you were trying to get or no?
Not at all. It really took when I graduated that I was like, okay, let me see what there is out there.
Okay.
And I realized that, as crazy as it sounds, I was making more at the Valet than these starting marketing jobs.
Oh, so you were already valeting?
I was already valeting at this point, just trying to like get
How'd you
some
get that
money.
job?
Honestly, I was walking in the mall one day. I walked up to them. I'm like, hey, are you guys hiring?
Yeah.
And I started like 2 weeks later.
This is while you're in college still.
Yeah, it was right around Thanksgiving because that's the busy season down there.
Okay.
So, they needed extra hands. I was like, cool, I'll get to drive some cool cars, like you drive Ferraris and stuff.
Yeah, what's the coolest car you drove?
I like the Lamborghinis.
Yeah?
Yeah. The one thing I will say, though, is after driving all of them, I would always ask people, like, hey, what do you do to drive this car? And not a single one of them said I valet park cars, right? So they were like, I own this company, I started this. It was always something that took a lot of effort and then took the right opportunity.
Okay.
So that's when I kind of realized, like, damn, if I want to own this Lamborghini, like, I got to stop parking them.
Yeah, this ain't gonna work.
Yeah. So
what was the most money you made in a year while you were working at Capital Grille?
So this is gonna blow your mind. I've only ever made $30,000,
including tips and everything
on the year, on my tax forms, everything.
Wow.
That's not enough. That's not what you want to hear, not what you want to see, not what you can provide for a future family. It just wasn't what I wanted.
Yeah. Talk to me about when you tried to find a marketing job and you realized that the starting pay was less than what you were making.
Yeah, so it was a really quick decision for me. I got that degree almost like a security in a sense.
Yeah.
And I looked into marketing. I was like, shoot, this is not it. Like it's around $30,000.
Yeah.
How does that make any sense? So then I'm like, all right, sales. Let me look into sales. I did some research. I was like, sales is uncapped commission. You can get some salary with it, whatever. So I looked into all these sales opportunities. I went into about 11 different interviews over the summer. And I found a problem with all of them. They were either super sketchy, walk in, guys are in tracksuits, selling loans. And it's like, the yacht sales I looked into, commercial real estate. And I found a problem with all of them. They weren't scalable, or they were like, hey, don't expect your first deal in 9 months. And it's like,
in 9 months?
9 months of commercial real estate. They're like, hey, you're not going to get paid for 9 months. I go, oh, but there's a little salary. They're like, no. Like, that makes no sense. So you're telling me I have to have some rich parents who can take me through those 9 months. Like, so that's where, I kind of found this opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah. How'd you find this?
Yeah. So after looking into all those jobs, going into all those interviews, I honestly was kind of giving up. I was like, should I settle for this one? Like health insurance or something. I was like, I don't really want to do that. I have a boss. Like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
And I was still doing the valet to pay the bills. And this guy pulled up to the valet, nice Escalade, hopped out of the car, handed us all $100 bills each, and walked into the restaurant.
Was that normal?
That was not normal. No, not to every single person. There? Average tip was $0 to $1.
Seriously.
And that's the thing. And it's like, I felt I don't deserve that. None of the guys that were there deserved that either. But the only reason we did deserve that is because we were still there. Yeah. We were still taking it, and allowing people to treat us that way, in essence.
Was that the first time someone handed you a $100 bill tip?
Yes, to all of us, yes.
And this is like, I've never been there. Nice place.
Very nice place, and it's a very nice location, Boca Raton, Florida. There's a lot of successful people.
Right.
Don't get me wrong; he's not the first successful person that pulled up. It was just the first respectful person.
Got it.
First person that like I wanted to know what they did because of the way that they were carrying themselves.
Yeah.
So he came back out of the restaurant, and we asked him, we're like, "Hey, what do you do for work?" And he said, "I sell life insurance." He's like, "Take your test. What do you have to lose?" And he asked us, he said, "What's the worst tip you got today?" We're like, $0. He's like, "I'd punch him in the mouth if they gave me $0.
In case you can't tell, he's talking about Sean.
Yeah. Sean Mike pulled up to the Valet. Big surprise there. But it was absolutely life-changing. And, you know, yes, it was me taking that step, that decision that I made, kind of making my own luck in a sense. But it's also, it wasn't hard to do. You know, it wasn't hard to take my tests. It wasn't hard to get it going.
Right.
The hard part was the uncertainty, the leaving my comfortability of being at that valet booth, just knowing I'm going to hop in this car, I'm going to park it, I'll walk away with $200 at the end of the night. Like, that's comfortability.
Yeah.
But that's not what I wanted.
It's short-term. It's comfortable in the moment.
Exactly.
But if you were to do that long-term,
it's a mess.
It's not going to be comfortable.
Exactly.
You're going to be that guy bitching because you can't afford this, can't afford that.
And they were there. I didn't want to be one of them. There were some people at that valet that were there 5, 6, 7 years complaining, "Man, I'm behind. I should really do something else." And then season rolls back around. It's like serving. You know, you stay for the season, it's busy, you struggle the whole summer, and then you're like, I got to do something else, and then, it's season again. It's a trap, you know?
Yeah. And it literally, it just goes back to a mindset, just like everything in this business. Like, you're in this mindset of, I'm going to work this job and complain about it, because a lot of us grew up hearing our parents complain about their jobs and our grandparents complain about their jobs. So it's like, we're just conditioned. You're supposed to have a job that you're supposed to bitch about, Don. Right? Because what else would you do all weekend long while you're getting drunk? You got to complain about something.
Exactly.
But it's in you're making a decision, whether you're staying there or not. You're still making a decision.
Right.
Those guys that have been there 5, 10 years, they're deciding to stay there. That's on them. What's funny is what you described: Sean rolling up, giving out $100 bills, saying he's punching someone in the mouth, telling someone to get their license. That I've known Sean since 2009. You know how many times I've seen him do that?
How many?
Dude, probably hundreds, but probably thousands, honestly. But to your point, it's one thing for someone to offer that to you, but you have to take action.
Right.
Because all of these individuals that I've seen Sean do that with, and anyone else who's traveled with him, ask Andrew Duran's, like, Gary, he's probably doing it right now. Most of them do nothing. And that's I guess the beauty about this business. And you know, you said before we got on, like, anyone could do this.
Yes.
But then I countered and said, but most people won't.
Exactly. And the opportunities are always there. Whether Sean's walking up to the valet or you're watching this video right now, it's like you have a decision. You could turn off the video and go back to doing what you were doing.
Right.
Or you can take a step. You can message somebody. You could say, look into it more, do a little more research, and make that conscious decision. And that's exactly what I did. I made a conscious decision to further myself, and I ended up changing my life.